Welcome, Jeanne Beker to CB24 Breakfast. I feel like it's strange welcoming you to CB24 Breakfast because you are a legend in this building.
Oh, this is my old home, this building. Wow.
The new music, fashion, television, this was you here. What do you feel like when you come back into this building and think about the experiences and all the creativity that you sort of were able to take part in?
It's as though I'm remembering a dream, because working here all those years was an absolute fantasy. I really got to realize so many of my dreams and meet so many amazing people and have the wildest adventures at a time when television was very different. And certainly, you know, when you're talking about fashion television, fashion was very different. You know, a lot of people say, oh, bring back fashion television. You can't. It's different. We covered a golden age of fashion. And not that there's not a lot of great creative stuff coming down the runways, but it's just a different scene.
And
now.
I think how people digest it too, right? It's so much more Instagram, social media versus sitting down and watching a half-hour show about something. But I remember, you know, even when I was sort of in my late teens, early 20s, you know, tuning into fashion television for obvious reasons as a guy.
Obviously, you're a very stylish guy.
Well, I have to say, Jeanne, I never think about what I wear in the morning. I just pick an outfit out at night. But this morning, based on your book and how much you connect fashion to your life experiences, I said, I've got to dress what I think is well for Jeanne Beker.
Amazing, Nick. I'm very impressed.
Thank you so much.
You passed the test.
Okay.
But, you know, that's one thing that I hope the book does, too, because I'm writing about objects from my wardrobe, whether they're garments or accessories or pieces of jewelry. I use those as springboards for the storytelling. I really believe that people will, you know, that will resonate with people. The people will see that, and then they'll remember certain pieces from their own wardrobe, because clothes tell us so much about who we are and how we communicate with others.
Yeah, I feel like I was taking a walk through your wardrobe almost, right, through your closet, kind of getting this experiences, because each story is kind of wrapped around a piece of clothing, and in some cases it's armor, and in some cases it's a way of expressing yourself. And I thought the Iggy Pop contrast was really interesting, because on the one hand you felt like Iggy Pop was basically coming on to you, and in another very wildly famous interview
just a
now,
few
it went
months
completely
later.
the wrong way.
Right, exactly. And you know, it's so ironic that you're even bringing that story up, because I think that the reason that Iggy was coming on to me, besides the fact that I was so cute, no, I was wearing a pair of tight black vinyl jeans, which you know, this was like the early 80s. Like that wasn't, you know, that was like a very edgy thing to do. Now, today, I'm wearing a pair of tight black vinyl jeans. Well, they're jeggings, leggings, whatever. But so I saw him, and we got along great, and it was a great little interview. A few months later, I was called in the middle of the night, practically. I was at my parents' house having a late night, you know, Friday night dinner with them, and I had to go down to the Danforth Music Hall to do an interview with Iggy, who had just gotten off stage. You know, my producer, John Martin, said, you know, come down. He's just got off stage. He's giving you an interview. You got to get down here. I said, I'm not dressed for the part. Well, you know, it doesn't matter. Just come. And I was wearing like some, you know, some boring green slacks and a little red cashmere sweater and a big fur coat. You know, it was the 80s. And I walked into his dressing room, and all these guys were there, because it was a big guys scene back then, the rock scene. Women, not so much. And they were all knocking back the Jack Daniels, and I was like, you know, feeling, oh, hi, Iggy. And he looked me up and down. You know, he probably thought I was some kind of bourgeoisie chick. You know, like, what was I even doing there? I didn't belong. And I hadn't seen the show. And we launched into this interview, and he started getting very abusive with me, very just insulting. And I said, I'm not going to take this. And I stood up for myself, and I walked out of the interview. I've been in the media since 1975. To this day, I have never walked out of an interview. But I thought, I'm not going to take this. And today, when I look at that horrible interview on YouTube, it's like, I'm really proud of myself for standing up for myself. And it taught me a big lesson.
Absolutely. Well, this book can teach you a lot about, you know, a life well lived, a very fashionable life as well. Jeanne Beker, thank you so much for being here this morning. Great to see you back here at 299 Queen.
Thank you.
And good luck with the book.
What a joy. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate this. Thanks so much.